Welcome to this explainer. Okay, today we are doing something super practical and highly focused. We're essentially opening up the digital box on a very specific, absolutely essential tool for your business. We're going to unpack the exact contents, the features, and the true bottom line value of the Bizmanualz Employee Handbook, specifically SKU ABR 241DWD. If you manage people, or, if you're the one responsible for organizational compliance, you are definitely going to want to pay close attention to exactly what's inside this asset.
Let's be real for a second. Are you tired of spending countless hours creating an employee handbook from scratch? For HR managers and small business owners, staring at a blank page is a very specific kind of nightmare. Between researching federal guidelines and wrestling with formatting that just always seems to break, it usually means late nights and, frankly, a constant fear of leaving your company exposed.
So here is our quick agenda for today's explainer. First, the Bizmanualz Employee Handbook. Second, inside the policy manual. Third, instant time-saving features. And fourth, the ultimate HR benefit. Let's dive right in.
Section 1, the Bizmanualz Employee Handbook, your digital HR asset.
We are looking specifically at the Bizmanualz Employee Handbook, which notably includes the Manual del Empleado. For your reference, the SKU is ABR 241DWD. This is a completely downloadable, editable manual designed to give you a comprehensive, ready-to-deploy framework for your entire workforce. To anchor ourselves right up front, this complete package is priced at just $59.95. Keep that highly accessible number in the back of your mind as we unpack the sheer volume of pre-researched, professionally written content here. You're essentially bypassing the need to hire an expensive consultant to build this from the ground up for a fraction of the cost.
Moving right along to Section 2, inside the policy manual, the complete inventory.
Notice this massive number highlighted here, 114. When you download this handbook, you aren't just getting some basic skeleton outline. You are receiving 114 completely pre-written policy statements. That is a massive volume of foundational work already done for you, covering virtually every scenario a standard business is going to encounter.
To give you a slightly clearer picture of that, these 114 statements cover all the absolute critical key policies. We're talking about comprehensive sections on company philosophy, sexual harassment, work schedules, and dress code. It drills all the way down into pay and compensation, highly detailed attendance and sick leave policies, OSHA and safety protocols, drug-free workplace rules, and strict ethics and code of conduct guidelines. Honestly, it leaves absolutely no stone unturned when it comes to everyday workplace employment.
Breaking the inventory down a bit further, every single element, the procedures, the forms, the job descriptions, and the prep guides, they are all provided in both English and Spanish. This inclusion is a total game changer for diverse workforces, ensuring that your expectations are clearly communicated and perfectly understood across the board. But it doesn't just stop at the policies themselves. The package includes these essential extras that make deploying it incredibly seamless. You receive preparation guidelines, ready-to-use job descriptions, and, perhaps most importantly, traceable employee acknowledgement forms. The source material emphasizes just how critical this is. Employees absolutely must sign this form, confirming they've read and understood the manual. You keep the original in their personnel file, and that vital record-keeping step prevents anyone from claiming at a later date that they were unaware of company policy.
So what does this actually mean functionally and legally? Well, the source material draws a very distinct line between a standard operational policy and procedure manual, which guides, daily operational decisions, and an HR employee handbook. This handbook communicates expectations, workplace guidelines, and fair treatment directly to the employee. It implies a mutual responsibility. In fact, the source notes a judge might actually view this as legal terms of employment, meaning it is absolutely vital that both management and employees comply with the standards set inside this document.
All right, Section 3, Instant Time-Saving Features, or as I like to call it, frictionless assembly.
The delivery mechanism here is designed for maximum speed. It's basically a simple three-step process. First, instant download, meaning no waiting around for shipping. Step 2, customize the Microsoft Word template. There's no graphic designer needed here. Just edit the text to fit your exact company specifics. And Step 3, distribute. You can literally go from having zero handbook to a fully customized professional manual in a single afternoon.
And when it comes to the quality of that baseline text, consider this review from a partner at a law firm. Great product, easy to format in Word, easy to customize to my client's needs, well written. Listen, When a legal professional is actively praising a compliance document, that builds immediate, authoritative trust in the text you're getting.
But it's definitely not just lawyers who find this accessible. Here is a review from an owner of a child care center who simply states, easy to use and customize. And that shows you the true spectrum of the product's appeal, right? It's robust enough for a law firm's clients, yet entirely practical and approachable for an everyday small business owner trying to organize their growing team.
Which brings us to Section 4, the ultimate HR benefit, which really just boils down to peace of mind.
This highlights the real choice you're making today. On one side, you have drafting from scratch, which costs countless hours, endless formatting frustrations, and carries a super high risk of missing federal guidelines. On the exact opposite side, you have the Bizmanualz template, offering instant deployment, bilingual support, and pre-research compliance right out of the box. And to completely eliminate any lingering friction or hesitation, Bizmanualz backs this exact SKU with a 30-day money-back guarantee. It is an entirely zero-risk proposition. You can literally download the MS Word files, review all 114 policies, check out the English and Spanish versions, and ensure it fits your company's needs perfectly with total confidence.
So, are you ready to stop researching, avoid those awful compliance hassles, and finally get this critical task off your desk? You can transform your HR process by downloading the Bizmanualz Employee Handbook today. Which leaves us with one final question for you to really think about. Once you've reclaimed all those hours previously lost to drafting policies from scratch, what part of your business will you finally have the time to actually grow?